Hello everyone, welcome back to the Limit of Adhesion. It's the start of a brand new season. This is Season 3. My name is Gareth, and joining me in the commentary box we have a brand new colour commentator. Say hello to Jools. Jools, how you doing?
Great, Gareth, thanks. Happy to be here. He lied.
Excellent stuff. So, just a reminder that you can find us at thelimitofadhesion.com. And this is, as I say, the start of Season 3. And we are at the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit, the full circuit as opposed to the shortened version we used last season. And we just see the practice results on screen at the moment. 14 entries into this race. We'll be going through all of the teams and drivers very shortly. And as I say, so much new stuff to talk about for this season. Hope you're all loving the new intro sequence. Do let us know what you thought. And you can see we've got some brand new graphics for the season as well. So here we are. We're going to go into the qualifying session then. You can see the cars are out on track, and we are looking at Mark Tranter in the Kairos competition car, being followed by Stephen Batty, still Stupid Aguri.
It's a beautiful livery there.
It is amazing, isn't it? So a few teams that are still the same from last season then. Stupid Aguri, Gavin Kelly and Stephen Batty remaining the same. The Williams team, James Garlick and Gary Richards staying the same, as is the Keith Chegwin Memorial team now being rebranded to be the A team. And you can just see one of their cars in the background there. It is literally the A team van. Lots of love for that. And finally, also not forgetting the... Oh god, no, I am forgetting.
The little and large team, Tourenwagen Masters.
Indeed, yes. But the other team that's staying the same is the little and large team of Rob Miller and Tony Hankin. How could I forget? So here we go then. So
Williams?
No, got Williams included. So that's all good. Yeah, but let's talk about the new teams then. New drivers. We have a new driver in Joshka Namath. He is joining Gareth Winslade in the all-new European Tourenwagen Masters, as you say. And we'll keep an eye out for those cars on screen shortly. And also, we also have Adam Highfield. He's joining us for the first time in the Rumblebees team. And his teammate Oliver Walker will be joining us from round 2 at Scuba. As will Jason... Jason Hansen, that's it. He will be joining us as well from round 2, so looking forward to those two guys joining us. Here we are then, there's the A-team livery of... Which one is that? That's David Lyne on screen at the moment. And you can see from our new graphics, you can see he's done the first 2 sectors personal bests. So there is a European Tourenwagen Masters car, the ETM, I think we'll just call it that for short. That was Winslade in the background as well.
So
Gavin,
Tranter, Batty and Lyne leading the field here. Garlick's in the front, but he's still having some connection issues, looks like, so we're just concentrating on the guys we can see at the moment.
Yes, definitely. That's a good thing to do. So let's talk about the car for the season. Then we are using the Formula Renault 2.0, which is a fantastic full single-seater car that's been around now for a good 30 odd years. The car has been used, although it's obviously developed over that time. 2-litre engine, as I say, and quite a good introductory competition for people to go into. And Scott Speed, Kamui Kobayashi, Valtteri Bottas, Brendan Hartley, Pierre Gasly, Stoffel Van Dorn, so Lando Norris as well. Plenty of current and former F1 drivers have competed in this car over these last few years. A much faster car than the Skip Barber from last season, obviously. And here we can see that's Stupid Aguri and A-Team going side by side down... Oh no, sorry, that's... Yeah, Gavin Kelly then.
Looks like Kelly was held up a bit there.
Yes. So... we have that's the new Stupid Aguri livery. It's red on Gavin's car and it is orange on Stephen Batty's car. And there's the A-Team. So Gary Jones is running the Faceman livery and Dave Lyne is Howling Mad Murdoch. And there's Adam Highfield in his Rumblebee's car, the yellow and black stripes.
Striking.
Does look pretty awesome. It is very striking, isn't it? And up ahead of him, that's the little and large. Can't see which one that is. That's Rob Miller then. So they have switched to a new yellow and grey livery, like quite two-tone, almost like the old BAR 777 Lucky Strike livery that they did when they were trying to get they wanted both cars to be two different liveries, didn't they? But they couldn't get away with that, and that's how they got around it. Not allowed. But yeah, two-tone striking halfway down the car looks great, and that's what they've done on their car.
Line's got the early pace here. He's
yes,
well, almost a second clear of anybody else at the moment. He does seem to excel at getting the most out of the car on the first lap.
Well, as you know, David Lyne is our hot lap hero. So we have launched a new video series this season showing our hot laps on how to get the most out of the car for the public races. So Dave's done a couple of videos for that now, which you can find on our channel. And there's Josh Kanamuth in his ETM car coming down to turn 1. And here we cut away back to Gavin Kelly. Crossing the beam and goes fastest to 1:56.204. So Gavin, let's talk about the Jools. Let's talk about the new calendar for this season. Then,
yeah,
we have dropped the Suzuka West final round that we had last year, and in its place we have Watkins Glen, and we are also going to, where else are we going to? Donington. We're going to Donington, aren't we?
No, we're going to Brands Hatch. Donington
Brands
didn't make
Hatch,
it. You may want to go to Donington, but no.
Everyone always wants to go to Donington. There we go. We're looking at Winslade sitting in the pits.
Must have had an issue and had to pit in there.
Yep. And
Another issue there for Garlic.
A little spin out of the final chicane.
Yeah. So Brands Hatch and Watkins, which are both excellent tracks, and the drivers love.
Yes. Lots of elevation changes and some fantastic fast corners around the back end of the Brands Hatch GP circuit, especially.
But you were talking about the car. I think what you hadn't mentioned yet is that it's a bit more power, it's a bit more downforce. You've got to be a little more careful coming out the corners, otherwise you do that.
Do you do that?
I didn't even time that. That was perfect.
That's amazing. Yeah. So there's Winslade dropping it out turn 1. Yes, quite a tricky car to master. Less brute force and throwing it around than the Skippy was. So
yeah, I mean it's a baby Formula car. It's got downforce and power. You want to be precise and smooth with it, really.
Yeah. Are you expecting to see the order change, particularly over this season compared to last? With the changing car.
I feel that you're going to feel this. You're going to see the usual suspects at the front. The people that were in the title at the end of last season are probably going to be at the front. Whether or not this car means there's going to be bigger gaps or smaller gaps, I don't know. I mean, it is more tricky, I feel, to drive than the Skip, but then the Skip is tricky to drive in different ways. So maybe we'll see some changes because, like I say, it's a much different car to drive. It's a lot less, as you say, chucking it in, and it's more about precision and smoothness.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean there'll be some shuffling, but I reckon that the fastest drivers will still be at the top.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, I'm certainly expecting to see Kelly, Lyne, Tranter, like you say, up there, and interesting to see Rob Miller and Stephen Batty currently running 6th and 7th at the moment in qualifying. Expecting to see them a bit higher up. Well, sort of taking their usual places, wouldn't you say? So
yeah, I would expect to see some. Well, they're on a lap now. We're coming up to the end of qualifying. You can finish your lap if you cross the line before the flag comes out. So,
indeed, yeah. So Gary Jones and Adam Highfield currently both in the pits. So that's the end of their qualifying. We've got Winslade on an out lap, and here we've got Stephen Batty and David Lyne coming up to the final corner. So this will be their final lap. They're about to begin.
I think they might make it through.
That's what I mean. This is the lap. This is the final lap that they're on now. And Lyne, look at that, just less than 2 tenths behind Kelly and getting an enormous slipstream. Bit cheeky taking a slipstream off of Kelly's teammate there on the run down to T1.
Well, I guess it's revenge for Spa.
Ah, yes, the glorious Spa qualifying. If you haven't seen that video, then do go and check it out, where Kelly just sat behind line and stole all the lovely slipstream all the way around the lap to get pole position. So we're watching David Lyon. He's coming through. This is the Ford curve.
Oh, Miller's just popped in a past time, so he's up to 4.
Nice. That's good to see. So Lyon 2 fastest, personal best fast sectors so far. He's through that long banked hairpin at the bottom of the circuit.
Now Batty's getting the toe.
Yeah. So tell us about these the new overlays then. Is it same as F1 where it's personal best green? Do you get a pink on those bottom squares?
I would have expected so, but it didn't seem to come up. So I think it just shows your personal best. If you get one,
okay.
and yellow if it's just not as fast as you've been.
Okay. Yeah.
There's only 3 drivers left on the track now. So everybody else has given up or finished.
Indeed. So here we are on the final chicane then. The Vidal chicane. Always reminds me of the shampoo for some reason.
Yeah.
And into the final corner comes Lyon. Slower on his last sector, but we'll see what he can do across the line. And not another personal best, but he takes pole position on 1:56.046.
Batty in 7th there. Improved his time.
7th. And here we're looking at Paul Dixon in the LB team. I do like this livery indeed. This is a really cool car. And he's teaming with William Bibby this season. Nice to see him back. We saw Bibby get a podium here last time out, and then he raced Suzuka, and we didn't see him after that, which was a big shame because he's a super quick driver. Nice.
Abrupt.
Nice.
That's the best way back to the pits. Teleport.
Absolutely. So, the end of qualifying then. Let's take a look at the results. And they come up on the screen. We've got David Lyon on pole and Gavin Kelly alongside him on the front row of the grid. How many times did we see that last season? Mark Tranter, P3. That's a much better improvement than his... he was struggling with the qualifying in the Skip Barber last season. Didn't stop him winning the most races of the season, though.
No.
Rob Miller, P4. James Garlick, P5. And we're going to take a look at it now in... Look at that proper grid line up there. So David Lyon on pole, Gavin Kelly second. Then we've got Mark Tranter, Rob Miller, James Garlick, Stephen Batty, Adam Highfield on debut, 7th, 8th, Tony Hankin, Richards. Then we've got Paul Dixon in... Sorry, Josh Kurt Namath is in 10th. Then we've got William Bibby, Paul Dixon, Gary Jones and Winslade at the back.
He's that confident he didn't set a time.
Well, either that or he's really struggling with this car. Which would be a shame after he had a much better season in the Skip Barber than his season 1 in the Radical. So here we are then on the grid. And we can see the A-team livery of Lyon on pole.
He's got bullet holes, which means it goes faster. It's aerodynamic.
Isn't that a legal lightning of the car? And Gavin Kelly second on the grid. This car reminds me of a footwork from the 90s. It's pretty cool.
I know that one.
You know that one? Wait, are you glad that I didn't say it was a Toyota?
Yeah.
Engine's starting to rise then. We're getting ready to race at the Nürburgring, and they're away. And look at that start from Tranter once again. That man just does not have poor starts, does he? So he's down the outside into T1. We've got Kelly to the inside, Lyon down the middle, and he's going to hang on to the win, but he's gone very wide, and that's Kelly through, and all sorts of carnage going on at the back. That is not good to see.
Squabble back there.
Yeah, so I can see there was Hankin was in there, Batty, Richards, Bibby,
and Highfield as well. I think he's lost 3 places.
Lost a lot of places. It looks like a very crumpled wing on the Rumblebees car. So Kelly into the lead from David Lyne, Tranter, and there's Batty attacking on Bibby. And who are the big winners there? So Josh Kerr up 4 places, Winslade up
Oh, the aforementioned
7 places.
Winslade. Look,
Yeah,
who needs to qualify?
he's quite handy at the old starts and staying out of trouble. But look at the gap between the 2 teammates already as they come up through the Schumacher S. Miller up is still 4th place and a couple of seconds off these guys already. Here's the rear of the midfield then, and that's Gary Jones, and he's being chased by Paul Dixon in the LB. Here's our front 3 coming up to the chicane.
Ryan's looking
So
there.
front, yeah. Oh, look at that! Kelly's outbraked himself. He's going to get a slow down penalty for that one. And how many places is he going to lose? 1, 2. Miller around the outside, 3 places.
Looks like Line spooked him off the track there. He missed his braking point.
Jones spun it as well, so he's tumbled down the order. There's a few people going up and down there, so lots of action happening further back. Look at that, Winslade now up 8 places. He's ahead of James Garlick now. And that's Tranter and Line going at it in T1, and Tranter is in the lead.
I thought he had fended him off there, but no, he snuck round the outside.
Well, it's typical Tranter, isn't it? You think you've done it, and then he just takes
tenacious.
a different line and finds grip that other people can't seem to find on cold tyres. And there's that's Adam Highfield in the Rumblebees, and Stephen Batty up the inside. And, Adam's just got himself a bit hung up on the curb there, and that's Hankins sneaking around the outside of him. And Bibby getting in the fight as well. Oh, what a nice move there by Bibby. Is Highfield going to defend it? Now look at that, Hankin and Batty at it as well.
Certainly
They're
a
all
lot
changing
of
places.
battles go down in the lower field at the moment.
Absolutely, this is great stuff. I must admit I had a slight concern that the drivers might not fight quite so hard or be struggling with the aero. And maybe we wouldn't see such great battles as we saw last season, but nothing of it. These guys are going at it hammer and tongs.
Yeah, there's more dirty air, but there's also more of a draft. So, it swings and roundabouts really.
Yeah, and who's that making a mistake? That's Hankin losing it at the top of the hill. Wow, look at Highfield just squirming around as he's trying to get grip for the run to the chicane. And he's on the inside of Bibby. These two going at it for almost the entire lap. Oh, big lock up there from Bibby. That's going to be a little slowdown for him. So Mark Tranter with the fastest lap of the race. All action, eh, Jools?
So far, yeah, enjoying it so far. It looks like Bibby's in the pits, so he must have got some damage.
Yeah, so going to use his fast repair to get himself sorted out. Look at the difference in the lap times as well, though.
Yeah, there's
2
certainly a
minutes
gap
from-
there between, 5th place and then 6th and down. But there's
Yeah.
Mr. Fast Starter himself there, Mr. Winslade,
Being hunted by Garlic now, though.
who we can see, which is a great relief.
Yes. I understand that the Williams team had some net repairs sorted out, so hopefully we'll see less of the issues that were blighting Garlic through last season's racing.
It's a good livery as well, it really suits the car.
It really does. I was just thinking that with myself. He's gone for that's the Renault version, so what's that, 93, 94 sort of thing?
I
did,
bow to your superior knowledge.
I'm trying to remember when they switched over from Williams Honda to Williams Renault, but I think it was for 92. I can't remember.
Renault, they lost the Honda engine in the 80s and they had to go to Judd, was it?
Oh,
Normally
God, yeah, they had a
aspirated.
Judd.
Looks like
Yeah,
Tranter's not getting away though. Mine just had a sneaky little look at the inside there.
No, that's good. Oh, look, that's sideways. And that's Miller through. Line
And
has
Kelly.
made a mistake. And Kelly. Well spotted there, Jools. So Line shuffled down to P4 then.
And a new fastest lap from Miller. So he takes over the chase.
Line fighting back to T1 though.
Lots of room given there.
Yeah. It's such an interesting exit of that corner. It's so wide, but you do need to tuck back in before you get to that curb, or you'll get an off track. But you can take all sorts of weird runoff out there. So it's a replay of the start. Batty down the inside.
No, there was
Oh,
two
dear me.
incidents there, wasn't there?
Yeah. So that's Richards at the back. And that's Garlic. So that he ran straight on at the top of the hill, and that's what allowed Winslade to get past him. And a little... Oh, Highfield just
Little love tap there.
tagged Jones, yeah. And Jones gets the car turned around and carries on. So here we're looking at Winslade and Garlic getting a bit sideways there. And round he goes. So that's let Winslade off the hook somewhat. But we can see that Winslade has fallen back over 5 seconds now from his teammate. Just doesn't have the pace. And he's being hunted now by Bibby and Batty.
Well, he's resisted so far.
Oh, sorry, Dixon and Batty. Beg your pardon. Yeah, Bibby's still 14th place.
I think Dixon's more worried about Batty at the moment. Oh,
Oh, and there's no Winslade making a first mistake and drops to 8th. Is it going to be 9th? Let's see if Highfield's gone through. So Winslade now down to 9th place. Still up quite a decent way from his 14th place starting point, but that's a shame. And here we've got 3rd and 4th. So I'm going to make a run of it into T1 on Kelly. Here he comes. And we see up ahead, he's straight to the inside. No, Kelly's got that one covered, hasn't he? Nicely done. But Miller is starting to really hound Tranter up ahead.
yeah, another fastest lap for Miller.
Yep. Batty to the inside of Dixon. Oh, that was close. There's a little puff of smoke there. I wondered if there was either a lock-up or a little kiss of wheels. Nice to see Dixon doing so well with this car. He's sort of really found his pace with it, hasn't he?
Yeah, no. Hopefully the drivers are enjoying it. This is their first time, racing it in anger. They've only done, practice and hot lapping. It's a fun car to race, definitely.
Yes.
It's not given up yet.
Nope, that's good. They're still fighting hard. Wow, he's really looking for a way through, isn't he, Dixon? Trying to come back at Batty, and he's to the inside. And we just cut away there, and we're instead looking at the Kelly and Line battle. Doesn't look like Dixon made it through Batty, though. So there's Line, though. He's got to run on Kelly up to the chicane now. And gets through back into P3. Good clean racing from the pair of them then. We can see from the overlay that there's just 3 tenths between the leaders. And indeed, Rob Miller 3 tenths faster.
Batty's lost it.
Batty's lost it.
That exit to that chicane is catching a few people out.
It is, yeah. And that's Winslade and Hankin come through, and Garlic. Look at that Hankin looking to the inside of Winslade.
Oh, this is going to get tasty. Those 4.
Yeah. They're all not afraid to have a go, but they're also, not infallible, and there are mistakes made. by these guys. And Hankin gets through, but then spins it. Oh, and he's blocked Garlic. Oh, what a shame.
We don't like to see Garlic being blocked.
So we've got a replay here of Hankin dropping at the top of the hill. So he's had a couple of errors now. Well, the order's changing all the time. I'd like to say it was all purely down to the drivers overtaking, but there are mistakes being made still. There's a replay of the Garlic incident at the Ford curve.
There's a bit of a first day of school vibe going on. It's just what you'd expect.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh.
There's a replay of the Winslade one. I'm liking the EU flag inspired ETM livery.
It's gorgeous.
And, yeah, a big shout out to livery designer extraordinaire Gary Jones, who has done the A-Team and the ETM liveries for this season. And we've got Batty on the back of Winslade now. So these two now 8th and 9th following the last couple of spins and errors. Gives him enough room. Batty's nicely through on the inside of the hairpin.
It was a nice move. He was in a hurry there. He was like, I'm coming through.
Yeah.
There was a gap there. Nice and big.
And here they come to the top of the hill. I'm pleased that the league's using the full layout for this one rather than... I mean, the last time we were here, it was an amazing race. But I do prefer to see the full layout being used rather than the little cut through. And those two red dots on the track map indicate where that cut through bit is.
Absolutely. Here's a new graphic we have. So we now have F1 style lap countdown. So you can see that over the last few laps, Miller has cut Tranter's lead down to, what, half a second now?
Yeah, no, that's a really cool graphic. And Rob is definitely looking for a way past, but where he can do it.
You see he's about 0.2 a lap faster here and there.
Yeah. I guess the question is whether he's faster on the crucial run to T1 or on the run to the chicane.
And Tranter is notoriously difficult to pass. Anyone would think he was a real racing driver and knew where to place his car.
Indeed. And we can see that Tony Hankin now in the pits for a spot of repair. Looks like a bit of a mangled front wing on that car, is it?
Yeah, want a new one of those, definitely.
Yeah. So just a reminder that all the drivers get one quick repair per race. And if you have to then pit for repairs a second time, you are in for a bit of a lengthy stop.
Absolutely.
So we're looking at our lead battle. Mark Tranter for Kairos competition and Rob Miller in the little and large. If you're wondering, Miller is the little of the two, apparently. Hankin is considered the big one.
Yeah.
Let's get a look at Hankin's done the graphics on the cars and he's put a few little in jokes on there, so we'll have to get some shots of Rob's car for you for the next race because it is quite funny.
Should put them up on the website.
Yeah, oh, that's a great idea. Yeah. So limitofadhesion.com for news, reviews, and our race videos. Keep an eye on the leaderboards. That's where you can find all of our lovely data.
Rob's having a go down the inside.
A little puff of the brakes.
And he's
doing the job. Yes. So Rob Miller, our new race leader.
How long is that going to be, though? Mark is never one to give in.
He doesn't like staying behind people, does he?
No. Oh, and
we're on board.
Batty's just dropped out.
Ah.
Just noticed he just tumbled down the order and he's in the pits.
Well, that's unfortunate then. So Stephen Batty now out of the race. That's a shame because that was another one of our sort of 6th to 8th battlers. Here's our top two again.
Yeah. Well, we've still got Dixon in there, and Winslade's still 6 places higher than he started.
Yeah. Looks like Tranter is lining up a move.
Which way is he going to go?
So the traditional way to do it is to line the move up out of this corner to run up to the chicane. It almost looked like Mark wanted to do it before he even got there.
Yeah, that would have been brave into that corner.
Yep. I'd probably do it if I was in the Skippy.
You'd probably do it anyway.
Yeah. So here they come into the chicane. Rob fending off Tranter's advances for one more lap.
Door shut firmly in his face there.
Yep.
The two behind aren't really dropping back either, it looks like. In fact, they've all got the same fastest lap.
Incredible.
If I was Kelly and Ryan, I'd be working together to close that gap.
Well, you had to wonder whether they're... I'm surprised that they haven't sort of cruised back up on to these lead two.
I think they're just too close in pace. They have slightly closed.
Yeah, true. So we're looking at the Rumblebees of Adam Highfield, one of our two debutants in this race, the other being Josh Kanamuth, who's currently running P5 on a very solid debut.
I do like this livery. It does look a bit like a hazard sign or a wasp, but it does have cute bee eyes, so yeah, I'm a fan of this one.
I'm a fan too, yeah. And I'm looking forward to, when Oliver Walker joins next race and we're going to have two of them on the grid. It's going to be awesome. Just hoping Adam is going to put some differentiators on there for Oliver's car so we can tell them apart. Otherwise it's going to be a commentator's nightmare.
That would be handy, yes.
And here they come then, these two. It's just such a lovely banked corner in any car.
I'm going to have to swat up on my corner names. I'm relying on you.
I don't know all of them around here. But yes, the other car we're looking forward to welcoming next race is Jason Larson. He will be racing for Team Jägermeister. And he will be replacing the old Furious Orange of Winslade. So he's got a lovely smart Jägermeister livery, which will be debuting at Scuba, so that'll be nice to see. Bibby and Highfield and Dixon, going side by side as they come up to the chicane. Oh, Dixon just dropping it.
It's a shame, especially after that nice defence there.
Yeah.
But the chicane claims another victim.
Yeah. Maybe we should have kept a tally going on that one. So here's our leaders, and that's Mark Tranter then back in front.
Yeah, we didn't pick up that.
No. Maybe we'll get a replay of what happened there, and we can see there's third and fourth line and Kelly. They're hanging on, not really changing position, so hopefully they'll catch up and make it a four-way fight again.
Yeah, either that or they'll maybe be a coming together between the top two. That would also to close up again.
Yeah.
But at the moment they're all being super consistent.
Which is impressive actually, considering it's a completely different car. It's a different way of driving it. Probably closer to the Radical than the Skippy, obviously.
True, but I know that some of these drivers have driven literally 1 million laps of this track, haven't they? It's one of their favourite for hot lapping.
Yeah, but in different different sims, obviously. So yeah, but this is good stuff. So through the Vidal chicane once again, coming up to the end of lap 10.
It's about 2/3 race distance as well. It's already flown by.
It has indeed, yeah. So let's just have a recap. Then we've got Mark Tranter in the lead with Rob Miller in second, David Lyon third, Gavin Kelly fourth, Josh Kanamuth is in fifth, Adam Highfield in sixth, Paul Dixon is in seventh, Winslade is in eighth, then we've got ninth is James Garlick, 10th Gary Richards, William Bibby currently running 11th, Gary Jones is in 12th, and then Tony Hankin is down in 13th place after his pit stop, and Stephen Batty is out of the race.
There are Richards and Bibby
Indeed.
battling for the final point.
Throws it to the inside. Richards holds him off.
Wow, you can see how he's really closed him down there.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see which of the Williams cars will be the dominant one over the season, actually, because new car, we could be seeing new team leaders. Currently, though, it is Garlic ahead of Richards.
That was an ambush there. Richards was not have expected that.
No. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see as well, actually, Kelly and Batty, which one will be victorious over the season, as well as, well, Line and Jones. Obviously, Line has a lot more pace than Jones at the moment, but that might change over this course of the season. And Hankin and Miller, that's our other pair from last year as well.
Yeah, hopefully Hankin can make a few more races this year.
Yeah. It was a shame that he had to miss so many last time out with his Mercedes duties.
Yeah, I'm sure being out at the race with Formula 1 Mercedes kind of helped ease that pain. But, it would be nice to see him here on more of the races.
Be nice for us, yeah.
And I'm sure his teammate would appreciate it, bringing him for the points.
Yes, yeah, indeed. Yeah, it was amazing how, obviously, Little and Large fell down to P5 in the end in the Teams Championship in Season 2. Virgin Grip just getting ahead of them, but Virgin Grip only missed out by about 3 points on taking third from Williams. So, it was unfortunate that Winslade decided to have a bit of a crummy few final races when he was scoring for that team. Seemed like his pace dipped off a bit after his win.
Oh, here's that replay you asked for.
Thank you very much. So a bit of a lock up, and Miller runs wide, and Tranter says, "Thank you very much, I'm having that." And a replay of Winslade coming out T1, and round he goes again. Keeps out the fence.
I think he's a bit dizzy.
Indeed. So here's Gary Jones from the 18, and he's got Tony Hankin chasing him down.
Yeah, Hankin recovering after his pit stop.
Yes. So which is your favourite of the TV cars of the 80s? You've got the 18 van, Kit from Knight Rider.
I was always an Airwolf fan. I watched them all, but it could fly. So, you know.
Well, this is true.
Yeah. No, I think there was some temptation to do an Airwolf one, but that would have just been black with a white stripe.
Yeah. And you've been driving around.
Although I had the idea that the teammate could fly the Santini Air livery. Don't know who would agree to do that.
I think people might struggle though to spot. I mean, the 18 van is a bit more iconic, perhaps, than Santini Air.
True, but I mean, it is a great big flying American flag. I mean, who's not going to recognise that?
So Hankin really closing in Jones now. I'm thinking he's probably going to have a run on the way to the chicane. Look at that.
Or before it.
Alongside. Yeah. Whoa. Do you want to get a bit closer, guys? Jeez.
There was at least a couple of mil there.
So about a second now is the lead from Tranter has over Miller.
These two are still at it.
Yep.
They've been glued together for quite a few laps now.
Yeah. They've been producing some really good racing. This is Dixon and Highfield.
That rear wing really does not look happy.
No, it's got to be affecting his performance somewhat.
Right, maybe it's giving him less drag.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see their lap times are a bit up and down, look. Highfield
Yes.
caught 8 seconds on lap 9 and then lost another 8 seconds on the next 2 laps. So, yeah, it looks like these guys are... They just need to get their consistency a bit better, but they're having a good scrap. They seem to just be constantly in the same position, despite the varying lap times.
Indeed, yeah. So it's interesting that you can look at the fastest laps and you can see like, top 4 have all done a 1:56, and then after that you've got a solid group doing a 1:58. But
yeah, it looks like there's about a second and a half between the first group and the second group at the moment. But
yes,
plenty of time between races. That should hopefully come down.
Yeah, so this season, another new for this season, we are doing a fortnightly race schedule this time. So this is race 1 and the next one will be in 2 weeks' time. And just to run you through that calendar, we are going to be at the Nürburgring GP, then at Scuba 2000, then back to Oran Park in Australia, then Brands Hatch, the first of our new tracks this season, and swiftly followed by the second at Watkins Glen. Then round 6 will be at Okayama. Then we've got Lime Rock Park, then Suzuka GP, Summit Point Raceway, Alton Park, Spa, and finally finishing the season at Laguna Seca.
Absolutely.
A nice calendar this year.
Yeah, squeaking in some more good tracks there. Get rid of the older and free content.
Indeed, yeah. So no temptation to bring in any Rovals then?
There's always the temptation.
Yeah. So obviously we've progressed to a faster car than season 2. Jools, do you think the league should just every season a new car, or would it be better to make sure that the field is relatively tight and competitive before we progress? Oh, contact there. That's
rude.
Bibby and Garlic. Oh, yeah. Those two had a few incidents last season, so there has been a bit of bad blood between those two in the past, but that's a bit of a shame to see.
Yeah, Kelly looking at line there, but not getting through. Yeah, I don't know. I think we should wait and see what people think. If they're enjoying the car, then there's no harm staying with it. But I know with the Skippy, some people liked it, and some people wanted to move on to something with a bit more power. So yeah, I'd say wait and see. But I think close racing is what we should aim for.
Yes, indeed. So nice to see Kelly's just, as you say, suddenly woken up and is hot on the heels of Line, and suddenly sniffing the podium.
Yeah, I figure he's
Line's hot exhaust.
He's decided that they're not going to catch the two in front, so he's going to try and take another place.
Yeah. And we can see that we've only got just about a minute and a half left of this race, so probably the end of this lap plus one more.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually that Line wasn't able to catch them, because he's been, through testing and practice, the clear fastest car. And it's not damaged as far as I'm aware.
No, it just seems to be he has a thing about race pace, doesn't he?
Sometimes, yeah, not always. He can run and hide.
Well, I'm thinking back to Laguna Seca with the Radical, his first victory in the league. He was absolutely dominant that day, wasn't he?
True, yeah. I mean, there was only one person able to try and stay with him, and it wasn't possible.
No. So here we are, lap 16 of the race. And we're looking at Line and Kelly down to T1. Oh, Kelly's properly having a go this time. Down to the inside, and he's through. Can he get it slowed down and turned? Oh, not quite. Line just hung him out to dry there. That's quite rude, but good racing.
I think he just let him hang himself there, I think. He went in too quick, and Line was just like, yep, I'll just I'll take the place back when you finish stopping the car.
Yeah, give you enough rope.
But there was no lockup, so it was semi-controlled.
Yep. So not many corners now then, presumably for Kelly to get the job done. Could have a go down to this hairpin here. And then probably it's just going to be on the run to the chicane.
Yeah.
And we cut to the leaders. That's Tranter still ahead of Miller, but Miller very close behind him again.
Yeah, Miller's also decided he's running out of time and needs to do something.
Yeah. Well, it's a 30-minute race and we're on 30-30, so presumably this is the final lap.
He needs to get a good run out of here to line himself up with the chicane.
Yeah, looks like Tranter's had a good run as well, though. Oh, a little bump on the curb.
Yeah, he's going to get
Miller.
a toe.
Has that checked him? No, that's good.
It's now or
Here
never.
we come then. And he's gone. He's to the outside for the chicane. Who's going to break the latest? Tranter. Oh, Miller's round.
Bit eager on the throttle.
Yep. It's quite tricky to balance the throttle out of that corner, actually.
I make that about 5 victims now of the final chicane there.
Yeah. And look at that then. That's lined through up into P2. As Tranter celebrates yet another victory in the limit of adhesion. So Mark Tranter wins then from David Lyne with Rob Miller on the podium. Now that's interesting. How did Kelly not manage to get through?
I think Rob got going again.
Yeah, but wasn't Kelly right up the chuff of Lyne there? So hopefully maybe get a replay of that and just see what happened. So you see Tranter doing celebration donuts. Here's Josh Kanema finishing P5 on debut. A fantastic
That's a solid W, yeah.
first drive. Yeah, that's great. Paul Dixon then coming out the final corner to come home P6. And we wait for our other series rookie Adam Highfield to come home P7. And then Bibby's up to P8, Garlic 9th and Winslade 10th. So presumably another adventure or something, because I think he was P8 or P9 last time we saw him. So
yeah, he's still 4 places better than he started, so it's got to be better than nothing there.
Yep, not pointless. Here's James Garlic then coming home P9. He's had an adventurous half an hour. And Winslade just fending off Richardson, so he nearly got knocked out the points. And Hankin coming home P12 behind those two.
It looks like Winslade got into the 58s though, so it's in the same kind of bracket there as the top, the 5th place downwards.
Yes.
So yeah, looks like he got a bit happy with the car towards the end.
I'm wondering if it's one of those, like in the Skippy, where he was so always slow early on in the race, wasn't he? Early on in the season, and then he got faster and faster, and lap times tended to be all right towards the end of the race, but it was just losing so much time early on.
Still see the smoke from Tranter's celebrations and stuff.
And that was Gary Jones there coming home P13. So, final classifications then. Mark Tranter wins round 1 of season 3. David Lyne in 2nd place and Rob Miller in 3rd. Gavin Kelly comes home P4 with Josh Kanemath in 5th. Paul Dixon is in 6th, followed by Adam Highfield in 7th. Then 8th is William Bibby, 9th James Garlic and 10th is Winslade in the last of the points paying positions. 11th is Gary Richards in the 2nd Williams and Tony Hankin 12th in the 2nd Little and Large. Gary Jones in the 2nd A-Team was 13th. And 14th was Stephen Batty in retirement. Kairos Competition then takes the 25 points for the team's championship, 18 points for the A-Team, and Little and Large 15 points. 12 Stupid Aguri, 12 for Little and Large, LB Racing, and ETM take 11 points as well. And then Rumblebees were behind them.
Well, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, great race. So as we can see, the championship is obviously as per the finishing order of the race. Mark Tranter taking the lead of the championship, and can he keep the fight and regain his trophy that Lyne won at the end of last season?
I'd certainly got off to a good start for him there. even leading the
Absolutely.
teams competition with just one car.
Yes, that's impressive stuff. Yeah, he said he would like to be a one-man team this season, which is why when Jason joins us, he'll be a one-man team as well. So, reminder then, you can find us at the limitofadhesion.com website, and you can find us on Facebook. Don't forget to like and subscribe the videos. Come say hi to us on Discord. It'd be nice to talk to you. Jools, thanks so much for joining us. That was great fun.
Thanks to you too. I enjoyed it. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, take care, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.